Friends, globally, as we are facing the uncertain times with intense pain, praying for relief, it is time to search for solutions in the problem itself, as Gandhiji did. Rajkumar Shukla was one of the agriculturists who had been under the harrow, and he was filled with a passion to wash away the stain of indigo for the thousands who were suffering as he had suffering. He was successful in pursuing Gandhiji to personally visit Champaran and witness the miseries of the riots there. He could change the course of history not only for Champaran but for India, the fruits of which we are enjoying, but not by all. Late Dr. Rajan Prasad, who wrote the detailed history of Champaran Satyagraha, rightly said, even so has remained unfinished the work of reconstruction of India after freedom still holds good, rather thousandfold with globalization. The stain of indigo, the important chapter in Champaran Satyagraha, later for India, for the world now, for the scientific method Gandhiji used. Maybe God is waiting for you and me to give the gentle push needed for the world to move peacefully. Rajkumar Shukla proved the power of ordinary people. The child, identified as spiritual embryo by Dr. Maria Montessori, needs the right environment to grow into dignified global citizen. The biggest challenge before the world now. Let us get inspired and motivated from Rajkumar Shukla, Jam Saheb of Navanagar, who made a little Poland in India for Polish children during the Second World War. Masanobu Fukoke of Japan, who impressed with his natural farming Sri L. Narayan Reddy to become Karnataka's Fukoke. Let us join together for the great cause of peace on earth. The world is waiting. Jai Hind.
On 1st of September 1939, German troops invaded Poland. This was the beginning of the Second World War. On 17th of September 1939, the remaining territory of Poland was attacked by the Soviet Union. The intention of aggressors was to permanently wipe out Poland from the world map. The occupying countries initiated repressions of Polish citizens. The official terror threatening armless civilians, genocide, imprisonments, forced labor, and resettlement of people from Poland to remote areas of Soviet Union. Only a few could survive transportation and the following life in extreme conditions. Subdued to slavery, labor, they had no escape. Those lucky enough to get released had nowhere to return to. They had no homeland or homes and had mostly lost their families. There were, however, nations in the world that represented their large-heartedness and opened the gates of their households to give shelter to Poles during this worst of all wars. This film tells the story of an uncommon, noble, and generous act of goodwill by an Indian Maharaja of Navanagar, Jam Sahib Digvijay Singh Ji, who helped in saving the priceless values, life, childhood, and hope of almost 1,000 Polish kids.
Na tej ziemi po raz czwarty i nie wiem, czy nie po raz ostatni, ale ta ziemia pozostanie zawsze w moim sercu.
(1939), a year etched in the memory of history and historians. While in the Indian subcontinent, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, revered as the father of the nation, took his first step to end an autocratic rule through a non-violent protest. There was violence at its worst, brewing across Europe. It was the beginning of World War II.
Dwa największe państwa Europy, nazistowska III Rzesza i stalinowski Związek Sowiecki, państwa pozornie odległe od siebie ogromnie ideologicznie, porozumiały się w jednej kwestii: konieczności zmiany porządku wersalskiego w Europie. 23 sierpnia 1939 roku w Moskwie podpisano tzw. pakt Ribbentrop-Mołotow, niemiecko-sowiecki układ o nieagresji, wraz z dołączonym do ściśle tajnym protokołem zapowiadającym rozbiór Polski. Do agresji nazistowskiej III Rzeszy na Polskę doszło 1 września 1939 roku. Do agresji stalinowskiego Związku Sowieckiego 17 września. W okresie od lutego 1940 roku do czerwca 1941 władze sowieckie przeprowadziły 4 wielkie deportacje ludności z ziem wschodnich Polski, wywożąc w głąb Związku Sowieckiego według źródeł sowieckich ponad 325 000, według źródeł polskich kilkakrotnie więcej obywateli naszego kraju.
Ja tam miałem jeszcze takie organki, które po drodze trzymałem jakoś w ręku, no i wchodzimy drapiemy się na ten samochód, no i tam już pełno tych ludzi i byliśmy przerażeni po prostu.
dowiedziałam się, że tatuś nie żyje i od tego czasu już nigdy nie odmówiłam tej modlitwy, którą wierzyłam, że pomoże.
Miałem około 6 lat. Wobec tego mama zapytała, a gdzie on jest? Gdzie może być? Kierowniczka odpowiedziała, może na cmentarzu, sprawdź.
Ale udało mi się dyskretnie podejść pod okno, które było uchylone. Tyle, co ostatni raz widziałem matkę.
It was these difficult conditions that made General Sikorski the first Prime Minister of Polish government in exile and Commander-in-Chief of the Polish Armed Forces write to Sir Winston Churchill, the then Prime Minister of England, calling his attention for safeguarding the treasure of Poland, these starving young children, and take them into safer zones in healthy climatic countries of the world. One of the first to listen was India. The voices of these young, innocent children was heard by Jam Sahib Digvijay Singhji, the Maharaja of Navanagar, an erstwhile princely state in the Kathiawar Peninsula, alongside the state of Gujarat in India, a country where history embedded with valor and tradition treat guests as God.
Proszę mi pozwolić używać określenia stosowanego w Polsce. Dobry Maharadża. Był kanclerzem Izby Książąt Indyjskich, ale był także członkiem brytyjskiego Imperial War Cabinet i to z racji tej funkcji dowiedział się o problemie wielu dziesiątków tysięcy polskich uchodźców, którzy opuścili Związek Sowiecki.
Deeply moved and distressed by the suffering of the Polish nation, and especially of those who are spending their childhood and youth in the tragic circumstances of this most terrible of wars, I wanted to contribute and in some way improve their lot by offering them refuge in a country that is far away from the ravages of war. I am extremely pleased that I have the opportunity to alleviate the suffering of these children as I sympathize with the Polish nation and its relentless struggle against oppression. A nation which has produced such magnificent sons. My father was very interested in the Polish situation. Now, when the Polish nation is fighting so heroically, when Polish soldiers take part in the battle on all fronts, when more than 1 million Poles have been dispersed throughout the world, I am trying to do whatever I can to save the children, as they must regain their health and strength after these dreadful trials, so that in the future they will be able to cope with the tasks that await them in a liberated Poland.
Polish children from war-torn homeland, refugee slaves of labor camps in Siberia, losing not only a sense of identity, but a home that they could call their own. Some, all of 10 years, carrying their siblings in different groups, traveled long and arduous journeys of thousands of miles from Russia through Iran, Afghanistan, and today's Pakistan to reach to their healing destination in India.
Siostra, brat i ja trafiliśmy do sierocińca. w Aszchabadzie. Następnie z Aszchabadu z sierocińcem do Meszhedu. Po jednym postoju takim raptem młodszy brat zaginął gdzieś. Poszukiwanie, gdzie jest Czesiek. No i w końcu okazało się, że kierowca go przyprowadził.
Z rana dowiedziałyśmy się, że po południu będziemy przejeżdżać granicę persko-indyjską. Ruszyliśmy z rana i nie mogłam doczekać się granicy. Nareszcie auta zatrzymały się przed łańcuchem. To była granica i po sprawdzeniu dokumentów pojechaliśmy dalej. Koło Delhi było bardzo dużo miast i nazbieraliśmy po ogromnych pudełkach cukierków. Zaczęliśmy się zbliżać do Bombaju. Wyładowali nas do aut i przez miasto powieźli do Bandry. Z daleko było czuć morze, a nasz dom leżał nad samym morzem, tylko trzeba było przejść przez ulicę, falochron i można było kąpać się. Mieszkaliśmy w willi otoczonej tak zwaną dżunglą, w której było pełno palm kokosowych i daktylowych.
Po pewnym czasie zorganizowano transport do Indii. Bardzo atrakcyjne dla mnie było to, że były alarmy i na brzegu już stał pociąg, wagony kolejowe wjeżdżały prawie do wody. Tyle pamiętam.
Po wagonach błyskawicznie rozniosła się wieść, że jesteśmy na miejscu. Wysiadamy w pośpiechu, gdyż kilkudniową podróż pociągiem nie byliśmy zachwyceni. Na dłuższe refleksje nie ma jednak czasu. Czeka nas jeszcze ostatni, 30-kilometrowy odcinek drogi. Cóż to znaczy wobec tych kilku tysięcy, jakie mamy za sobą? Niemniej wszyscy są bardzo ciekawi, więc w pośpiechu wsiadamy do podstawionych wojskowych samochodów. Obsługują je żołnierze indyjscy w mundurach marynarskich. Później zaprzyjaźnimy się z nimi bardzo serdecznie.
Jak ciężarówki zabierały dzieci z Aszchabadu w Turkmenistanie do Indii przez Persję, to mama Jadwigi myślała, że się zabierze razem, no ale musiała zostać i Jadwiga pojechała wobec tego sama.
To samo stało się z mamą Jerzego. Musiała zostać w Związku Radzieckim, a myśmy razem z Jerzym pojechali do Indii.
Balachari, 25 kilometers from Jamnagar, within the soulful state of Gujarat, where human compassion is customary since generations, Jam Sahib built a home for about 1,000 of these Polish children who lived here from 1942 to 1946.
A witając kolejne grupy tych dzieci mówił: nie uważajcie się już za sieroty. Jesteście teraz Nawanagarajczykami, a ja jestem Bapu, ojciec wszystkich mieszkańców Navanagaru, w tym również i wasz.
I jestem tutaj znowuż, na tym wzgórzu, w Balaczadzi, na moim wzgórzu. Tu zaczynały się zabudowania kuchenne, tam były bloki nasze, mieszkalne. Tam w głębi widać zbiorniki wody. To były nasze płuca naszego osiedla. Bardzo ważna czynność, tam była woda.
Life was creating a very different breath of love for two young teenaged survivors who had traveled difficult journeys alone to find a home under Bapu's protection in Balachadi.
Wszystko mi się spodobało, no bo była pierwszą dziewczyną, którą ja się w ogóle zainteresowałem. A kiedy jej powiedziałem, że się w niej zakochałem, to był dopiero 1995 rok. Ja już byłem w związku, a ona była w ten czas wolna i prawdopodobnie miała zamiar kogoś sobie znaleźć. No a ja jej nie miałem nic do oferowania. No a potem ona też się związała z kimś. W związku z tym to już zupełnie nie można było nic na ten temat mówić.
Ja tu nie czuję się gościem. Przyjeżdżam tu któryś raz, bo ten teren jest moją drugą ojczyzną był. Także traktuję się tu jako swój. Nie jako gość, ale jako swój na swoim terenie.
No, I remember when you came, because we were very excited. We watched your camp being made because it was where we used to live in the summer. And then my father said, today they are coming, and then you must come and meet them when they have settled in their camp. And we came and we see all of you there, and we said, but where have they come from? So Bapu told us that he had said he was adopting you, and that you had come from Poland. And now these are your brothers and sisters. We asked Bapu, okay, Bapu, why are they still living in Balachadi? Why can't they come and live in Jamnagar? So Bapu said, no, they're living in that camp because I have built it, and it is our money, our family's money, which is looking after them. That is why we have adopted them. And we had to do this because the colonial powers didn't want us to receive them. But I said, it is my business who I adopt and who I maintain. So I have to do it on land that is our private land and with our private money. Till they find homes, they are going to be Jamnagaris.
Bapu oprócz stworzenia nam poczucia bezpieczeństwa w tym okresie, jednocześnie dbał o to, abyśmy nie zatracili swojej tożsamości narodowej. W związku z tym, zresztą sam lubił Polskę, znał trochę polską kulturę, nasze obyczaje częściowo. W związku z tym chciał, żebyśmy my to zachowali. W związku z tym Mechalania dostarczała nam różnego rodzaju materiały, jakieś inne rzeczy, które wspomagały nam odtworzyć naszą kulturę. Czy pani może pamięta naszych opiekunów, nauczycieli i księdza Plutę?
Father Pluta. Yes, we remember him because he was the adult who used to interact with us. And Colonel Jeffrey Clark, who was in charge of the administration of your camp from my father's side. And then my mother brought in Kathy to look after your health problems. So she used to be the interaction with the doctors who came from Jamnagar, and she was the one who made sure that you got all the right things, the medications and timely things. This is my brother's closet.
Besides shelter and clothing, Jam Sahab took personal interest in developing a healthy body and mind for a future generation of these young Poles.
Kiedy dzieci przyjechały do Balaczadzi, otrzymały posiłek. Maharadża zauważył, że dzieci się trochę krzywiły, bo były zbyt ostre dla nich. I powiedział, nie martwcie się. I później sprowadził 7 kuścików z Goa.
To ja wam teraz opowiem o strajku szpinakowym. Na samym początku, jak przyjechaliśmy, ponieważ szpinak jest bardzo zdrowy, w związku z tym dostawaliśmy co 2 tygodnie, dostawaliśmy ten szpinak. Dzieci się zbuntowały, bo już nie można było jeść tego szpinaku, że starsi chłopcy postanowili zorganizować strajk.
Ja siedziałem akurat tak, że miałem tą dziurę za plecami. Podawali mi koledzy talerze z tym paskudztwem, ja to nabierałem łyżką, nie oglądając się, wyrzucałem za siebie, no i potem dostawałem następny talerz i w ten sposób pozbyliśmy się całej tej potrawy.
There is my class. I stand here. I had about 15 years in this time. It is a school orchestra group, Balachadi, in 1945. I stayed here. It is Indians teacher. Więc w osiedlu nie było pomieszczeń przydatnych do nauki w szkołach. W związku z tym Maharadża udzielił przyznał nam swój guest house dla szkoły przeznaczył. Kiedy już mieliśmy nasze klasy wyposażone w siedzenia, ławki, które dostarczył Maharadża i Maharani, mieliśmy czym pisać, ale nie mieliśmy podręczników żadnych. W związku z tym po pewnym czasie dopiero przybył jakiś jeden podręcznik, pojedyncze egzemplarze i nie było się, dzieci nie miały się z czego uczyć. Musiały uczyć się z pamięci, tylko pamięciowo, albo zapisywać. W związku z tym w starszych klasach zaczęto organizować sobie taką samopomoc i żeśmy przepisywali podręczniki i żeby dzieci mogły korzystać z takich podręczników, takich przepisywanych ręcznie.
Oprócz zajęć szkolnych, wychowawczych, ja bardzo lubiłem stworzenia. I między innymi, żeby mieć swoje, to chodziłem po drzewach, wybierałem młode papugi, tak samo młode gołębie, też takie nieloty jeszcze, i z tym, że one już też trzeba było im otwierać i do dzióbka wkładać. Wiewiórki malutkie też się wybierało i karmiło się mlekiem z pipetki takiej do zakraplania oczu. Marzy mi się ta klatka i cieszyłbym się, gdyby ktoś odnalazł i przywiózł mi ją do Polski.
Passion for learning and opportunities were not limited to textbooks, but Jam Sahab created premise for an all-round growth, challenging the limitations of the past.
Takie koryta się wytwarzały w piasku, strumienie, szerokości 5-10 metrów. I ja tam też ćwiczyłem swoje pływanie i jak pierwszy raz udało mi się przepłynąć taką rzeczkę 10 metrów, to było pierwsze moje zwycięstwo w pływaniu w Balaciady.
Otóż brakowało nam sprzętu, więc Maharandża nam dostarczał tam jakieś piłki, urządzenia do siatkówki i koszykówki, do piłki nożnej i tak dalej. A jak potem odbywały się mecze, często oglądał, jak były jakieś wielkie zawody, przyjeżdżały drużyny, zwłaszcza tu jak przyjeżdżała drużyna z Okanewi, tu niedaleko, wojskowa drużyna i rozgrywała z naszym mecz sportowy. Wówczas Maharandża zasiadał sobie w takim głębokim fotelu, no i klaskał i bił nam brawo. A jak żeśmy wygrali ten mecz, ostatecznie 2-1, wstał i nam bił brawo, a nie swojej drużynie.
Jak myślicie, co się da z tego zrobić? Piłkę da się zrobić? Możecie spróbować? Na początku mego pobytu w Balaciady myśmy nie mieli żadnej piłki. Myśmy musieli powołać do istnienia jakąś piłkę. Zebraliśmy z całego baraku od wszystkich chłopców skarpetki, których używaliśmy raz w roku, żeby pójść na Wielkanoc.
Mnie najbardziej interesowało harcerstwo, do którego nie mogłem należeć przed wojną, bo byłem bardzo chorowity i przeszedłem wszystkie dziecięce choroby. Dopiero w Balaciadi byłem wystarczająco zdrowy, żeby móc moje marzenie spełnić i nareszcie należeć do harcerstwa.
In sickness and in health, Bapu was the caring father, and so were his medical staff. Fondly remembered were Dr. Amrutlal Ashani and Anant Joshi, the pharmacist.
Oh, I am very glad to see you. Oh. Bye, bye.
Can you recognize the face?
Yes, of course. Oh,
Joshi.
Josie, I know. He's similar to his father.
I wonder that in life of 80 years,
Yes.
there are many incidences happens, but the only deep memory remains with us, and probably that is your memory of Balachari.
Był dla nas takim opiekunem pod względem zdrowotnym. Był tam szpital, którym on był, szefował w tym szpitalu, leczył nas, ale najważniejszą sprawą było, że on był niezwykle serdeczny i miły. To był najbardziej taki przyjazny dla dzieci, małych dzieci, które wymagały, jak były chore, bo jak była epidemia malarii, to on oczywiście zawsze z wszystkimi się opiekował. No i miał zawsze był uśmiechnięty, like you. I am very, very glad to see you. Next one. Oh, no. Bye, bye. I am very proud that
And you can come to Jamnagar anytime, be our guest, and if you want anything, we are here to help you. Because he is like my father, because he has seen him in a young age.
Of course. Don't cry. Oh, just. Oh, my God.
A ja poznałam doktora Ashaniego. Jak leżałam w szpitalu, miałam atak malarii, a jak był atak malarii, to tak trzęsło. Dosłownie. I on przychodzi w nocy, kilka razy w nocy, sprawdzać, jak się dzieci czują.
Także wszyscy go zapamiętali na pewno do końca życia.
નમસ્તે 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 હવે અમે અહીંયા કણે દુકાન રાખી હતી અને દુકાન કે હું આથી જામુડાથી માલ અહીં પહોંચાડતો અને અમારા બાપુજી બાલાચડી રહેતા અને હું સાયકલથી માલ પહોંચાડતો અને જ્યાં સુધી તમે અહીં હતા ત્યાં સુધી અમારી દુકાન રહી. તમે અહીંથી નીકળી ગયા એટલે અમે દુકાન બંધ કરી દીધી. રૂપાનગરી નામ શા માટે પડ્યું? સુંદર અને રૂપાળા હતા એટલે એનું નામ રૂપાનગરી પાડ્યું હતું. અને બધા બચ્ચાઓ બધા રૂપાળા જ હતા અને એનું નામ રૂપાનગરી પાડ્યું હતું.
Ale najbardziej to ja pamiętam z pałaców, już nie w letnim, tylko przy pałacu w Jamnagarze, garaże Maharadży. Tam stało chyba kilkadziesiąt samochodów, a najbardziej to mnie i paru kolegów zainteresowały samochody. Tam parę takich samochodów było służące do przewozu kobiet Maharadży. I one się charakteryzowały tym, że z zewnątrz jak się patrzyło, to się widziało tylko własną twarz, a od środka można było wszystko zobaczyć na zewnątrz jak przez normalną szybę. Ja pierwszy raz w życiu tego typu szkło widziałem w ten czas.
And now you are traveling in that same car
Yes.
with me. Makes me very happy to be able to make you sit in this car with me after so many years that father used to come and visit you.
We were all young, me, my cousins, and I think all our Polish friends who attended these Christmas parties. And my uncle, the late Jamsa, was always the central figure.
Some boys and girls were beautifully dressed up, presumably in Polish traditional dress, and they did a dance which was very intriguing, and we even tried to do it.
And you were singing Christmas carols in the middle courtyard. And we came and you were all very, very happy to see Bapu.
And the highlight, frankly, was always the Santa Claus.
I wśród dzieci panował niepokój. Czy przyjedzie święty Mikołaj, ponieważ nie ma śniegu, a sanki po piasku nie mogą jechać. W związku z tym byliśmy zgromadzeni na wielkim placu i oczekiwaliśmy, co będzie dalej.
Suddenly out of the sunset, 3 camels came with huge bags hanging on the saddles and 3 Maggies sitting on top.
And everybody was suddenly stunned and startled. Oh, there is Santa, and where is he coming from? And I assure you that all of us, all our children, we were simply mesmerized.
A mnie w pamięci utkwiły spotkania z Maharadżą w jego pałacu tym letnim. Można było się obwieść ciastkami, owocami do syta. Potem jeszcze można było o ścianę grać w tenisa, co pierwszy raz w życiu robiłem.
Jak zobaczyliśmy Maharadżę, to dla nas było niesamowite przeżycie. Maharadża to Maharadża.
Czuję się jak we śnie. W tym mieszkaniu byłem prawie 70 lat temu. Później jeszcze kilka razy byłem. Moje pierwsze spotkanie z tym pałacem, byliśmy wtedy małymi dziećmi, było bardzo dziwne, dlatego żeśmy się czuli zagubieni. Oczywiście czuliśmy się tu swobodnie. Dzisiaj czuję się troszkę, jakbym był we śnie, jakby czas się zatrzymał, jakby się stało to jakaś przestrzeń nierealna dla mnie.
Good Maharaja Square and schools named after Jam Sahib, built across borders, have kept alive his memories of compassion and large-heartedness with gratitude and reverence in a similar tradition.
To my utworzyliśmy łączność Jama Saheba z komunizm. Krystyna założyła seminarium dla entuzjastów szkoły, której nie było. To seminarium przez splot okoliczności działo się na terenie Instytutu Orientalistyki i tamtejszy dziekan otoczył nas opieką. Od słowa do słowa. Szkoła powstała, komunizm upadł. Patron dla szkoły sam się prosił, żeby to był wielki Hindus, który uratował polskie dzieci.
Kiedy się żegnał z dziećmi, kiedy go pytano o to, jak się odwdzięczyć, to on powiedział, może kiedyś, po latach nazwiecie jakąś szkołę albo ulicę moim imieniem. Pojawił się w naszym programie wychowawczym nowy motyw jeszcze. Skoro Jam Saheb w czasie najgorszej, tragicznej sytuacji Polaków, w czasie II wojny światowej pomagał polskim dzieciom, to co myśmy powinni robić, żeby być godnym tego imienia? No i wtedy zrodziła się właśnie pod wpływem tego taka idea, żeby przyjmować do szkoły dzieci uchodźców, dzieci wykluczone społecznie, więc na przykład dzieci z domu dziecka. Takie dzieci, które wymagają pomocy, tak jak polskie dzieci wymagały pomocy od Jam Saheba.
W tym roku w ramach projektu o naszym dzielnym, wspaniałym Maharadży, naszym patronie szkoły, postanowiliśmy zrobić sztukę indyjskiego twórcy Tagorego, ponieważ jest to spektakl niezwykły, wspaniały.
Mam wrażenie, że wtedy Balaczady było jednym z nielicznych miejsc na świecie, gdzie 365 razy w roku była podnoszona polska bandera przy udziale wszystkich dzieci sierocińca, bo w kraju wtedy było to niemożliwe.
Mój ojciec został zamordowany przez Sowietów. W Indiach Maharadża Jam Saheb stał się dla nas drugim ojcem.
Humanity is just one, and people who divide humanity in castes and religions and nationalities are really ruining the great gift which God has given us, and that is the man's ability to lead a happy life.
Jako historyk zajmujący się przez kilka dziesiątków lat zawodowo historią najnowszą, także głównie II wojny światowej, jestem najgłębiej przekonany, że miał 100% rację Albert Schweitzer, mówiąc, czy nawołując, kiedy mówił, każdy grup wojenny jest w rzeczywistości wołaniem o pokój.
Although the war in Europe had come to an end, Poland still was under a communist regime. While India was close to gaining independence, the Maharajas, including Jam Saheb's social status, was diminished considerably. Since 1943, a new and well-organized Polish colony was already set up in Valivade in India for Polish refugees, where some of Bapu's children also took refuge from 1946 to 1948.
Otóż będąc w osiedlu w Balachadzi, no, nie miałem kontaktu z mamą. Dopiero pewnego dnia komendant osiedla wezwał mnie do siebie, do kancelarii i z wielkim podnieceniu oznajmił mi, że przyszło zawiadomienie z Czerwonego Krzyża, że karteczka, że mama poszukuje mnie i że otrzymała przez Czerwony Krzyż informację, że ja żyję i gdzie się znajduję. Ja byłem wtedy tak niezmiernie szczęśliwy. Wybiegłem z tym kartonikiem, którym było oficjalne gdzie było oficjalne zawiadomienie o tym i ten komendant mi to pokazał. Ja byłem wtedy, rozpłakałem się, szczęśliwy byłem, biegałem, poskakiwałem, moja mama żyje, krzyczałem na cały głos, moja mama żyje, brat żyje. I to wtedy było no, niesamowite przeżycie. Pamiętam do dzisiaj tę radość, że jednak mam kogoś na tym świecie. I właśnie w tym dniu byłem tak szczęśliwy, dlatego że odzyskałem swoją część rodziny. Mamę, brata i miałem gdzie wracać już. Nie byłem sam.
Ja byłem zgłoszony do adopcji w USA, bo nie wiedziałem, czy ktoś z mojej rodziny żyje. I wtedy kolega mój starszy dostał list od swojej mamy, która pisała: w Uzbekistanie ostatnio zamieszkałam w jednej lepiance z panią Gutowską i jej córkami. A on sobie przypomniał o mnie, jako o tym dobrym piłkarzu, że mam takie nazwisko i zaprowadził mnie do fotografa i przesłał zdjęcie wraz z listem do swojej mamy, mówiąc, że tu jest chłopiec, który tak się nazywa, może to rodzina. No i się okazało tam po miesiącu, że on dostał list i ja dostałem list. I mama pisze: oj, kochany syneczku, nie wiedziałam, że żyjesz, odnalazłeś się. Ja niedługo będę wracała do Polski.
W 1946 roku sierociniec w Balichady rozwiązano i pozostałe sieroty przyniesiono do Waliwade. W Waliwadę byłem rok czasu. Następnie trafiłem do Anglii w ramach scalania rodzin. Ojciec był w Anglii w korpusie Andersa. Jednocześnie starsi bracia, którzy byli w Afryce, dwóch w południowej RPA, jeden w Ugandzie i w Palestynie w Junakach. W grudniu spotykamy się, z tym, że ja byłem wcześniej w grudniu, a przed samym Bożym Narodzeniem przyjechali bracia z Afryki. 3 ich ubrali w garnitury, kapelusze, bagaże i starszy brat ode mnie o 2 lata, chudy, wysoki, kapelusz mu się zsunął, worek z tymi ciuchami przygniótł go. Jak zobaczyłem, zacząłem się śmiać. A ten zdenerwował się, rzucił worek, podleciał do mnie. Co, ze starszego brata się śmiejesz? Chcesz w mordę? I tak było powitanie braterskie po 6 latach rozstania.
Ale oświadczyłem się jeszcze dużo później, bo dopiero w 2007 na końcu tego roku.
Jurek przyjechał z Bytomia, przyszedł tutaj z kwiatami, uklęknął tutaj w tym fotelu, dał mi pierścionek, no i oświadczył się. A ja przyjąłem oświadczyny.
I gdybym nie wyjechał do Indii, no to prawie na pewno nie spotkałbym Jadwigi.
Czyli dzięki Maharadży spotkaliśmy się i teraz jesteśmy razem.
Smagane wichrem, spalone słońcem, wyniosłe, samotne, trwa. Trwa i czeka. Czeka cierpliwie na swoje dzieci. Bo kiedyś wrócą. Na pewno wrócą. Przez lata uśpione ożyje na nowo. I z pamięci cienia na chwilę wróci trudne dzieciństwo i rozłąka, dawne tęsknoty, i miłe wspomnienia od dobrej ziemi, co przygarnęła przed laty rozproszone po świecie, zagubione polskie dzieci.
I will always remain faithful and loyal towards Poland and will always sympathize with the future of your country. I am certain that Poland will be independent and you will return to your homes in a country free from oppression. As long as the Polish spirit, which is known to the whole world, will remain the same as it is now, it will win freedom for your country.
The end of Polish children camp Balachady Jamnagar is necessary, but I feel very bad. I was very sad because it was few years my home. Jai Hind!
I visited Fukuoka-san's natural farm in Shikoku Island in the budding springtime. But when I returned to downtown Tokyo where I live, living with nature of the earth seemed like something from another world. I myself have never been conscious that I live on the earth. I have never talked about the earth with anybody in the city. Everyone who lives in the town also works for family and tries to live correctly and more truthfully. We are living on the earth, but we hardly see the earth itself. When I encountered Fukuoka-san, I felt he's a person who looks at the earth. It is said 4 billion years ago, the first life on the earth appeared in the ancient ocean. Then the land surfaced. 450 million years ago, ozone layers covered the earth. Green plants spread over the land, and animals also began to live there. Then everywhere, a variety of living things thrived. The earth became a planet of living things, a planet with an ecosystem. The planet's ecosystem is the earthy mechanism that allows a variety of living things to live in symbiosis. By that symbiosis, the number of living species is balanced. The ecosystem also circulates inorganic matters, water, air, and soil, balancing all matters of the earth. Humankind emerged only 2 million years ago. Humans accumulated knowledge and established civilization, never looking back to the ecosystem, but rather changing the environment and monopolizing the gifts of nature. Then humanity's descendants have thrived. Mesopotamia, Egypt, Indus, China, civilizations prospered and disappeared one after another. These sites were covered with rich green forests, but have now become deserts. You can't see any living things. In the 16th century, when Magellan set sail around the world, it was believed that the world was vast with inexhaustible natural resources. Within 500 years, the human population swelled to 6 billion, and the global economy has been consuming earthly resources at a dreadful pace. As a consequence, many living things were killed, and the ecosystem's balance was changed, no longer giving us so much fruits as before. Human population will be up to 10 billion in the 21st century. I wonder if humanity can survive in peace and prosperity. For the past 60 years, Fukuoka-san has been insisting that all methods of agriculture destroy the earthly ecosystem. He has been flatly opposing present farming methods that destroy living things in natural symbiosis. They have only increased the quantity of crops and domestic animals for human sake. Fukuoka-san advocated an entirely new way of farming and put it into practice. Natural farming employs no plowing, no seeding, no watering, no fertilizer, no pesticides, and no weeding. All we do is wrap many kinds of seeds in clay balls and just keep sowing them. Then do nothing, just leave everything to nature. A variety of fruits, vegetables, rice, and wheat would grow along with all other kinds of plants, weeds, and trees. Seasonable birds, insects, bacteria, and small animals, they all live together with plants in symbiosis and create a rich natural farm. To this day, Fukuoka-san has written 7 books on natural farming religion and philosophy. One Straw Revolution, released in 1975, was translated into 15 languages and acclaimed all over the world. Since 1979, when he met the director of the United Nations Program Against Desertification, he has been making tours to many countries, employing his unique criticism of civilization, and he has been sowing the seeds of natural farming in the world. For this distinguished work, in 1988, he was given Deshkottam Award and the Lamon Magsaysay Award. Then in 1997, he received also the Earth Council Award. In October 1997, Fukuoka-san was invited to India to attend the international seminar to commemorate Mahatma Gandhi. In India, his book One Straw Revolution was published in 1984. Since then, many farms began natural farming. During his 19-day stay there, he visited many places to give lectures and field teachings. This year was the 50th anniversary of India's independence and the father of independence, Mahatma Gandhi. Fukuoka-san was also invited to the celebration as a special guest. The seminar was held in the town of Wardha, 630 kilometers inland from Mumbai. During the seminar, asked by farm owners and researchers, he gave many lectures and clay ball workshops in a series of day trips.
Fortunately, after 60 years practice, there is no cultivation, no fertilizer, no chemicals, no weeding. I finally can grow any crops with natural farming. Natural farmer says no to science. All sciences, no. No thank you. No nothing. Only scattering clay balls. This is the mixture of science, philosophy, and religion.
This person is asking you if natural farming means to change one's lifestyle. To change the lifestyle, should one restrain one's worldly desires?
But probably the present economy will go down in the next 10 years or so. It will certainly collapse, I think. Let it happen. The resource of the earth, nature, will go down, down, down. The possibility of the survival of the economy is rapidly decreasing. There will be no water, no green, no energy, no oil. These elements of the present economy will be gone and lost by the year 2000. This year is also crazy. Last May, during a 1 month period, 4 TV crews, NHK, High Vision and such, visited me. Why did those 4 TV crews visit me in 1 month? This is the proof of Japanese society being in chaos and confusion. Everyone is lost, not knowing which way to go. This is what Japanese are like these days. Now the world is looking to India and Gandhi's ideals. People are hoping that India or China will save the world. Embodied there is Gandhi's philosophy and religion. This will save the 21st century. If this perishes, the earth perishes. Within the next 10 or 20 years, the destiny of the earth will be decided. The earth to be saved by Gandhi's love and philosophy. That's what I think. What do you think? Do you give it up altogether? Long ago I gave up the fate of the earth, totally in despair of mankind. If you don't save, the earth won't be saved. Oh, it's so big, looking graceful, like a queen.
I have a small Burmese over here.
You made a mistake. Why? You did plow. You planted seedlings. You watered. All efforts, mistakes. That was the start of killing soil. Tilling seems to soften the soil, but that is not true. If you water it, it turns hard. The soil here is hard, and the root can't go down deep. It's the disease called Gomahagare-byo, caused by a fungus. Looking at this only, I can see how you made a mistake. Here, ears of rice. If they pop out now, they will hardly bear rice. Obviously, the seeding time for this rice was not right. I always say, make mistakes 3 times. I mean, change the seeding time 3 times. Try 3 different times, and you'll hit the right time to sow the seeds. Don't worry this failure. Never give up. Sow the rice a month earlier or a month later again, and you'll succeed.
Is this the same man or not? It is from the book One Straw Revolution. Which one?
So your nephew?
My niece has drawn it. By hand. Her name is this.
This forever. This man never gets old.
You mean this man is forever?
I should say so. This man never dies. No die. Through a microscope, I used to look into the dung of cows, horses, hens, and goats to search something like bacteria. In my early 20s, I always asked questions about nature. Why? Searching bacteria, reading books. I tried to find a better farming method. It is better? Is that better? Then one day I realized this. Wisdom of man is of no use. All we do with man's knowledge leads to the destruction of nature. Not doubting, believe in nature. If only revive nature, mankind can live. No thinking, doing nothing. That's the starting point. If you doubt, you can't do natural farming. Start by looking at the way birds, rats, squirrels act. We humans are only destroying nature. They are desperately preserving nature. Natural farming needs no books. In my books, I wrote books are useless. When I was young, I used to say this way, that should be done, this should be done. I want manure, I want fertilizer, but no thank you, no need anything. Only thing left is sowing seeds. Only that. Just enjoy. Play like a child. Throw them 100 meters away. Children in Tanzania would sow seeds this way, bang, using rubber like this.
One more. Check mark. Will automatically.
ये फंगस को उसके फंगस को मिक्स करके ले लें।
You say plow and the plants grow, but it's different. As for plowing, trees plow, moles plow, earthworms plow. Along with them, lots of roots of trees are plowing soil.
Well, using cattle, there are times we need to plow a little bit, only slightly, on the surface of land.
No, even a little bit of the surface, whether the soil is mixed deeply or shallowly. Weeds will grow. Once plowed, however slightly, 10, 20, 30-year-old weed seeds will sprout and grow. The more you plow, the more weeds grow. But if you sow clover or alfalfa, the weed will recede. There grow vegetables. Among the vegetables, sow the seeds of fruits and trees, not after plowing. You should start from the fundamental idea. I want to say this if making detour. You said no rain around here, Deccan. The true reason of lack of rain is no trees. No trees, no rain. You believe rain falls down from above, but it is not. Make a condition to produce plentiful water. That's the start. I'm now talking about important issue. Please be quiet and listen. Before going to the field, you must understand important creed. If not, it's useless to see your farm. You may have been trying natural farming, but you haven't understood the starting idea, I should say. You may have a fixed idea that what you see here is the natural environment of Deccan. Lack of water didn't happen natural. You made the water disappear. Nobody answered when I asked you where water came from. Then you went to another topic. See, in fact, this is making rain fall. This leaf, this flower, and this tree. It all started out when the variety of plants were limited to 5 to 10 kinds. Here in Deccan, there is no rain and no trees. Here under the tree and this grassy pot, if you watch the difference of temperatures, you see why it is so hot here. Because of radiant heat. Bacteria in soil, fungus and virus, they are no longer in natural order, and that makes hard for you to grow crops. Such a disorder, the origin of the present unnatural state of Deccan, is human. To start natural farming, you should know how silly and how ignorant human is. That's the start. I hear there are 20 villages around here. If these people cooperate to work on 10,000 hectares of the land, it will be green and cool. Then the rain will fall. Whether these people come to have the same idea is the start. If they use human knowledge, it will fall apart. You can do nothing. After 10 years, 20 years, nothing would be accomplished. For example, this here is unnatural. This should have grown to one thick branch, like this, straight up.
असल में सीधा एक मुख्य शाखा पूरा स्ट्रेट ऊपर जाना चाहिए उनको हो गया
From this point, this would be from seedling, then came to unnatural.
It was from layering.
In this case, the start was unnatural. So these came out unnaturally. By now, it's too late. Straight. There are two, and this way, between these, this one grows, that way, this way. These two are out, this way, this one is natural. If you cut one like this, this comes to this. Well, unnatural start indeed. If a man touches a little, it starts unnaturally. This one also had a natural start. So change it to natural way in the first 3 years. Make it natural style. Upward. So this is unnatural start. This is downward growth. So unnatural indeed. On the slant. This is natural. Leave natural branches uncut. Do nothing but cut the unnatural branch at the point. So plenty of sunshine. Every leaf gets sunlight and will no longer be infected. This is original and precious. You should cherish this. Better. Good. This should be shared with the people of poor countries.
For 3 years, we haven't done anything. But only one time, when we planted vegetables, we plowed slightly, only surface of the soil.
In my case, before growing rice, I grow barley. Next, rice, barley, rice, and always, all through the year, underneath is covered with clovers, small clovers, there. 1 month before reaping, sow barley balls in these rice plants. Before harvest, next crop must be growing. Here, before this is cut down, next crop of barley must be growing, like this. Keep stepping on these and cut them down.
Fukuoka-san's rice cropping is an entirely new and original method which was established by long-time trial and error. He grows wheat and rice alternately on the same farmland. You may choose any breed of wheat or rice. Find appropriate breed for the land and give it a try. See if it grows with a rotation cropping. He employs no plowing, no watering, and no use of fertilizer or pesticides. Growing clover on the ground restrains the growth of weeds. According to his method, when green leaves are turning yellow, sow the clay balls that contain wheat seeds and clover seeds on the farmland. If the land is so weedy, simply sow as many clay balls as possible. Next year, 1 month prior to harvesting, while wheat is shooting ears, scatter rice clay balls on the farm. A month later, cut the stems of wheat at the root and have them threshed. Scatter straw at full length evenly in all directions on the field. You will see clover growing out of the layers of straw. Next, rice will germinate. You may irrigate the field to eliminate weeds. However, do not irrigate unless the soil is dried out. As long as the soil retains any slight moisture, leave the land unirrigated. Fukuoka-san explains, standing water in the field weakens the crop roots, and that results in insect damage. 15 days before harvesting, while rice is shooting ears, scatter wheat clay balls on the field. While treating on wheat crops, harvest rice. Have rice crops threshed, and then scatter straw at full length all over the field. In the layers of straw are a variety of living things which enriches the soil, and in that soil, crops shoot the roots more vigorously. With natural farming, you don't interfere with the crops, but only at some crucial point, give them a hand just a little. It is a hard farming method. However, Fukuoka-san says it is farming everyone can do by paying attention to the crops properly. Continue with patience until strong, healthy ears are to shoot. Fukuoka-san's rice crop is less than 1 meter tall and has large ears that never hang down but shoot straight up. Its roots are thick and well set. All the living things on the farm are always busy plowing the soil. Fukuoka-san says that in 30 years of his natural farming, his topsoil became twice as deep. Each ear of rice bears 200 to 300 grains. From 1 hectare of land, he could harvest rice in average of 5 to 6 tons or even 10 tons, and wheat in average of 5 tons. The most significant thing of Fukuoka-san's natural farming is clay balls. These clay balls are the essence of natural farming, which Fukuoka-san has established after years of trial and error. Seeds wrapped in the clay ball will not be eaten by birds or insects. Thus, you don't need to till the farmland. All necessary conditions for sprouting is minimized to this one clay ball. Materials needed are clay, sieve, washtub, water, and plant seeds. Finer clay of fine textured, a rather sticky type. 2 types of balls for different use. One is for growing a wholesome natural farm, and the other for rice and wheat growing. In case of growing natural farm, collect as many kinds of seeds as possible, including vegetable, fruit, tree, and green manure like clover. It is the same case when revegetating the desert. Wash the seeds of vegetables and fruits gathered from the kitchen and leave them to dry. While you take a walk, look at the plants you come across and pick the seeds from them. The beginning of natural farming is to collect the seeds as a daily routine. For growing rice, prepare grains of rice only. Either paddy or upland rice is fine. As for wheat, mix clover seeds in wheat grains. Let me explain the way of making clay balls. First, dry the clay. Then, using stones or something hard, crush the clay to fine soil. Remove organic matter like leaves and twigs, and screen the clay until it is powdered. Mix a variety of seeds in the clay at a proportion of 1 seed to 7 parts clay until it becomes even. Beans soaked in water for a day are useful material. These swollen beans prevent the clay balls from cracking. Keep mixing them by adding water. Knead it well as if you are kneading a dough until it is as elastic as an earlock. Beat it until air bubbles are removed. Take off small ball of clay in diameter of 1 to 1.5 centimeters and with both hands crumple it to a pellet. With large-sized seed, make a larger pellet to fully enclose the seed. With all the seeds wrapped in and the surface smoothed, the clay ball is done. Make the surface smooth with no cracks or seeds, so that the seeds will not be eaten by birds or insects. If the balls are not for immediate use, leave them to dry in a shady, breezy area. Dry clay balls will keep for many months. Be aware that they may germinate if kept in a warm, humid place. In case of making a large quantity of clay balls, use a concrete mixer. Tools and materials to prepare are a mixer, a water spray, a large quantity of seeds, and clay powder. Place the concrete mixer with no shuttlecock and clean the inside of the mixer by scraping off excess concrete from the surface. By using a mixer, each seed will make one ball. Sort out the seeds by size or shape, one group at a time. Moisten them, sprinkle the clay powder on them, and put them in the mixer. In a rolling mixer, add clay powder and spray the water alternately. When each seed coated in clay has doubled in size, have them rolled for another 3-4 minutes. The work is completed when the balls are glossy. Be aware that with overrolling, the balls will be stuck to each other. Each mixing for 15 to 20 minutes will produce a large amount of clay balls. Sowing clay balls take place in general either in the time when blooming is over and green leaves are turning yellow or before rainy season. On desert, wilderness, riverbanks, open lots, and fallow land, you can grow a natural farm in any place. In desert, you may keep sowing for years to come until the living things in nature are revived. As land revives, living things from natural farm will provide us with a share of plentiful crops.
You may think it's useless to sow all these. Nothing will come out. But it's not so. They will come out soon, and these will come out later. God, nature, decides the right time. Nature chooses the best time for planting. Think nothing. Just learn how to sow a lot of seed balls. You will surely succeed if you make good seed balls. They seem to have grown nicely, though. Half of the crops is suffering from virus. For the last 100 years, we have had this virus problem. But in the past 50 years, the problem became worse. By now, viruses are the cause of the worst sickness in plants.
One kind of virus.
This is one kind of virus. It makes the leaves shrink, a shrinking type, so to speak. And another type of virus causes yellow and green stripes on the leaves. Some grow gigantic, on the contrary, others shrink. All these are due to the infected seeds. Moreover, suppose we pluck the leaves like this. The worst case is when the mere sap touches the crops around. They will get infected. These viruses are spreading all over the earth. This one is suffering from the most serious damage. This is incurable, like AIDS. It is hard to cure. There is no medicine to cure this. There are three major causes of plant disease: virus, bacterium, and fungus.
What is fungus?
Fungus, that is mold. These are green soybeans that give 60 to 70 marks. Good crops, well done. Good breed. They don't have enough bacteria on root tubercles. This is the disease caused by mold. Here, this one bears nothing. No beans, you see. All things considered, I'd recommend trees such as teak, acacia, Myria azadrak, and baobab. It is so wide here. Mix them all together. Here and there are big trees. On this farm, trees as tall as 50 to 100 meters should have naturally grown. Then underneath the big trees, bananas, papaya, durian, and guava can grow. In the first 5 to 10 years, vegetables can grow under these fruit trees. Do it yourself with your own hands. With a sense of hands, you will know whether the soil is right or not. Where the clay is sticky, by which degree it sticks, you know what is right texture. If you grow only one type of vegetable, the land eventually becomes sterile. No rainfall, you will have troubles. In America, California, Oregon, and everywhere, everything is mistaken. If you apply modern farming method, every land would turn to desert. Even if there are forests there, their quality is very poor. And they have the fruits farms there, but they can't grow the crops without 3 equipments: sprinkler, heater, and cooling fans. Organic farming is a mistake. It is only for human benefits. Organic farming uses manures from cattle or compost. I use neither chemical fertilizer nor organic fertilizer. People say, I want this car or that car, I want electric machines, airplanes, but all these desires are directly linked to human miseries, unnatural. Now nature is down with human civilization. We have noticed civilization eventually destroys humans themselves. It's obvious now. In the 21st century, there will come the age of going to nature. Modern farming or natural farming. Your choice will determine whether the earth perishes or not. Is it mundane, common people's issue, worrying if it will survive to the year 2020? What do you think?
People in India would generally say that it is a matter determined by God. We don't need to worry about it.
You're right. But suppose the living thing in nature, like birds or dogs, were gods. They wouldn't resist, or they resist passively. All plants, animals around the Ganges, trees like acacia, which makes rain fall, all these are being killed silently. Shouldn't we humans resist on behalf of living things in nature? Aren't they too reliant on so-called God's mercy?
Well, of course, humans would also make efforts, but ultimately we leave it to the discretion of God.
If humans make the utmost efforts, Authors of those books must have done their best. Gandhi also made desperate efforts. Others wouldn't do their best, and they are only praying for God's help, hoping somebody will solve the problem in the end.
Lokhandwala complex. So we passed this way and came by this way.
Smells good.
For over a time, here your eating time is practically 4 or 5 times longer than your chapati eating.
For 100 people in the year.
You can eat any natural things grown locally. Don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat meat, you may say. What is wrong is eating too much of it. Eat well-balanced food. Live naturally. You should be a part of nature. Anything natural which man eats is his natural food. In India, only cattle are increasing. Some say no beef, others no pork, and you get confused by religious doctrines. If we have genuine nature, we would have right faith, religion, right science, and right philosophy. As nature grows unbalanced, religion, philosophy, anything else go crazy.
Because it is in nature and he is natural. What would you suggest? Would you offer yourself to a lion?
In nature, human could be eaten by lions. Is it okay with you? You'd be eaten by lions?
Exactly. I have lived long enough already. I should be eaten by lions or dolphins in Ganges. Lions would be happy.
Koka-san has visited a group of farmers in the town of Warda. They started natural farms there 10 years ago.
Watch out. Natural. No manure has been given to this plant since last 3 years.
3年間何もしてないっていう。
In 5 or 10 years, it became like this.
Isn't it almost a natural farm?
They intended to make that way.
મારી ગાડી લઈને તું આપણે પહેલી બ્લુ ગેટ પર પાછળ પાછળ આવું
અરે લીચી ચેરી લાયા કઈ ચેરી
इसमें ये जो ज्यादा करके सब शाक के
By plowing, fertilizing, and spraying pesticides, the idea to grow trees and plants this way was a big mistake. This tall goldenrod flower, even this one flower, this one leaf, humans cannot create these. Humans can live by themselves. Humans can produce crops by themselves. This idea is an arrogance of human wisdom. You water the crops here, but there are trees called happy tree here. There must be enough water underground. If only one root, if one big straight root goes deeper, then no need to water anymore. These days, you water the plants with sprinklers. That makes 10 short roots grow near the topsoil. These roots are weak when drought comes. So here too, like on my farm, you should not water plants. Water irrigation, no thank you.
आणि म्हणून तुम्ही या बिया ज्या आता घेऊन जाल त्या तुमच्या घराजवळ लावू नका कारण बावळाचा झाड हा प्रचंड वृक्ष होतो तर नाव काय सांगते आपण He wants to say if this much is possible without doing anything or by doing nothing, if you are doing something, it is your ignorance of nature.
Maybe another kind like acacia and kiwi fruits, like in his farm. He doesn't take harvest. He just leave to the animal and insects in his farm, and then
It is here.
right.
It is here.
So
Tell him it is here.
Same. See, what we want to say, see there is no irrigation. Over एक मिनट. See, there is no irrigation, no watering, no fertilizer chemical. But even though the same plant is produced 300 and 400 coconuts here. I see.
For instance, this tree has much moisture like this. Right. Look, Koka-san, water is dripping. Like baobab tree.
Oh, like baobab tree. But
Yeah.
he uses this as a plant indicator
Right.
to give next water. If this plant wilts,
Right.
he gives water, not otherwise.
In the speeches I made in America, I told them rain does not fall down from the sky, nor from the ground. Plants make rainfall. Grow a lot more plants. A paradise will be realized.
Nature is God,
We
and
were
God
like
is here. The God provides rain for us.
ओके का तो घ्यायला जातो त्याशिवाय आता काही करत नाही आणि वरती उत्पादन नाही दिस इज अ प्लॉट वेअर मॅन इज नॉट अलाउड टू स्टेप इन
ここは人が入ってはいけないんだってこっちは。
A man goes only to collect fruit from the ground.
Uh-huh.
Or from the coconut plot. ह्याच्यावर म्हणजे
ह्याच्यावर फंगस आली म्हणून हे मुंगे आले.
There was fungus, and then that is why these ants came and eat them.
जीव असते जीव.
Life is supported by life. Don't do anything.
Live, let live.
ते त्याला खाऊन जाणार. औषध मारलं तर हेच मारून जाणार. तर असे पक्षी येतात आणि नारळाची कीड खाऊन जातात.
鳥の巣。
Paxi no goes out. Nest of a bird.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Good.
Be happy. Be happy.
Rely on nature, and the earth will turn to a paradise. This farm has proved this. Nature makes such a wonderful paradise. Here grows coconut plants all the time. Look at the rice field there, very beautiful.
So when we leave nature to nature, this world is gonna be. He saw some vegetable like potato. If there is more different kind of vegetable is here, much better.
I'll show you the vegetables which is growing here.
Okay.
Now this is a leafy vegetable. This is a leafy vegetable.
So we eat this leaf?
Yes, we eat.
How about root vegetable?
This also produces roots, which we use as a root vegetable.
これ芋じゃないか。里芋に似てるよね。タロイモとかそういう芋じゃない？
Now I'm satisfied. No need to visit other farms. I want to tell the world this is a real paradise.
हे फार चांगला करता म्हणता तुम्ही.
So do nothing is the best.
Do nothing with the better.
Do nothing.
Do nothing हेच बेस्ट आहे.
Therefore, he looks healthy.
Indeed, some differences in the kind of plants here, but this is almost the same with my farm. No, it's better here, the best in the world.
This farm is similar to his farm, but this farm is much nicer than him.
ヨーロッパ、アメリカ、ヨーロッパ、アフリカ、インディア、タイ、ビルマ、こんなんでね、this place.
He's been to Africa, India, Thailand, Vietnam, USA, but this farm is the best, he said.
At last, humans have come to realize that this is the best. But birds, animals, many insects and underground microorganisms, they have realized this earlier. Japanese are the last to realize this, so they have spoiled the earth to this extent.
No, this farm is the best, but animal or insects and bio or organisms, they knew before people.
If you open your mouth facing upward, guava will fall down into your mouth.
Proverb in Philippines, like people lazy and then open
their mouth
and then
and
banana.
fruit.
Yeah.
Banana gets it.
Yeah.
We have jamun getting in.
Jamun
fruit.
Jamun fruits っていうのがここだったら落ちてくるでしょう。
Well, if I open my mouth here, that coconut would fall down my head. Bam! Poor Juan Tama.
त्याचं म्हणणं असं की एक आळशी म्हणून खाली झोपला आणि नारळाचा डोक्यात पडला तर काय होईल?
Looking back, I suppose that our day-to-day living and the way of our societies become very far from workings of the earth. How should we live collectively, truthfully, as humans? We always ask such questions to ourselves. But we probably mistook the most essential point in our questions. Our lives are built on the workings of the earth. Such a common fact. To live means to live on the earth. From now on, I would rather pose the question this way. How should we live correctly, on this earth.
This lawn is the beginning of European civilization. Nowadays, the tops around the world love life with lawns. Upper-class houses have very beautiful lawns, both in Europe and in America. But if you grow the lawn, earthworms and moles would disappear. Even if you live like a king, please consider moles and earthworms. Here, they are flying. So many there. Small insects. They are unka, a kind of rice insect. The worst harmful insect to rice. They live here. If other insects lived here, balance would be recovered. But too many of them here. Simple, so it looks beautiful. But in simple vegetation, one kind of insect increases. That leads to desert. These greens here look the very best for humans. But for other animals or insects, this is the beginning of a tragedy. At present, we have, on one hand, European culture. On the other hand, Indian culture like Hinduism and Buddhism. This garden, on this hand, other fields, on this hand. In conclusion, observing which is better, please put both hands together.
Natural farming is a new alternative way of agriculture. By sowing many kinds of seeds, we simply give all living things a chance to revive the ecosystem. Then we would be given a portion of food yielded naturally. Try to observe living things. Try to have another look at how the earth works. From that viewpoint, we may discover something new. For the sake of children, for our future, and to live in a positive light on this earth.